Hello, this is Guzalia Davis, and I'm here with a Smoke Out series with a special guest that is all the way from Portland, Oregon, and he's a hypnotist and he's also an energy healing. And just as many hypnotists out there, that many ways to do hypnosis cessation. Please welcome James Harrison. Hello.
Hi, Guzalia. So good to see you today. Thank
Very
you.
good to see you. So please
Yeah.
tell us about your special way to do smoking cessation.
So if there's smokers out there watching, I want them to take a nice deep breath without the cigarette, but take that breath in and notice how it feels, right? Notice how it feels, especially in your throat and in your lungs going in. And imagine how that feels when it's clear, if you know what I mean, like the difference between fog and clear or smoke and clear, and what it feels like when it's clear. And if you can notice that difference here in your body and spread that clarity out through your body, into your fingertips and into your ears and the top of your head, oh, you got a good start on this. A really good start on what you already had before you smoked and what you're going to have going forward after, so that the smoking period of your life was a chapter. And so I use energy work, energy healing as a way, because it's a body thing, right? And we all have bodies. We're not just up in this. If you think of your entire body as your brain, that your entire body is sentient and smart and intelligent and has stuff to offer you, then any part of you can help and come online and help take the load, as it were. So you don't have to think your way out of this situation that you're currently in. That there's other ways to relax and unwind and become more full, more you in your fullness. That's kind of my approach in a nutshell, as it were. It's
so you're addressing not just mind, but also
Yeah.
body and energy, which makes it a whole lot more effective.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you have all the resources. People in this biz talk about like the wisdom of your heart or the wisdom of your belly, and it's a real thing. So part of your belly. Did you know this? Your belly has more nerves than a cat's brain. It's the coolest thing. So connecting back up into your belly wisdom, it's like, oh, all of a sudden you have all these new neurons that are helping you. What a cool thing is. So it's kind of like coming more into your fullness is the best word I can think of. So I help people be more them, whatever them is, whatever that needs to be for them, so that that particular habit thing that they did, maybe it had some good parts to it. A lot of things that's great about smokers is they love to relax. It's like that feels good. So you've already trained yourself to breathe deeply, so we can utilize that. And so you're kind of a step ahead of, let's say, folks who have pure anxiety and treat that in a different way.
Yeah.
But if you're used to taking time for yourself, going outside, breathing fresh air, giving yourself 5 minutes, all that is good. You get to keep it.
Yeah. Smoking
Really?
is really never about the smoking itself. There's what the smoking is. It's in a way, it is like meditation. You're coming out
It's
outside,
meditation.
you're looking at this beauty, you're doing one puff, taking deep breaths.
Yeah.
Life is good, but you can do all of it without the actual cigarette. We just have to
Yes.
teach you.
Exactly. So in a way, like, you get to keep all the good parts of it that the tobacco plants, and that's, you know, when you go back into it, that's why I judge, I think, tobacco was a holy plant that got used medicinally in that way. Now, you know, it came along and got commercialized and bastardized and connected to image and cool and all these other things that you don't really need anymore, right? Might have made sense. You know, usually folks start up when they're young as a way to belong. And, you know, you look at it's like, well, is that still the reason? Yeah, not so much. Usually by the time somebody's ready to quit, they're past that part of it, but they'd like to keep the way to relax, the time to themselves, the introspection. And so I say, well, bless the tobacco plant for showing you that. Now you're going to get to do a more mature version of that without the baggage, the garbage side of it. Yeah. It lives rent free in the lung, you know.
There is something else I'd like to ask you, James. What do you think? Please give me your opinion. What is smoking is? Addiction, habit, or something else?
I am probably from I want to say a name of a hypnotist, which anyway, so it's I think of Melissa Tears, it's a habituated pattern. I don't look at people in terms of addiction. I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose people. It's nothing like that. It's simply a pattern. So I would ask people, do you remember brushing your teeth 17 Tuesdays ago? Probably not.
I don't.
But did you do it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So that's the brilliance of our brains. Once you've built a pattern, it just becomes easy to go to it. And that's what we do. You know, our brain's conserving energy. So thank your brain for taking something simple like a process like brushing your teeth and making it so you don't have to put a lot of wattage towards it.
It becomes automatic. So we don't have to think about it. We don't have to make this choice over and over, really.
Yes. And so with something like smoking, it's been turned into that automatic thing. But when you think there's more to it than lighting up the cigarette. There's something that usually happens on a very granular scale, get down to that atomic level, right? And what happens right before, and right before that, and right before that, and right before that. And usually there's always some little tiny trigger. It might not be as big as the trigger on a rifle. It might be a tiny little trigger. And it could be like, I need a break, or I feel stress. Usually those are the two. I need a break, or I feel stress. So what we do in that moment is we create two timelines and we split them off. And this one just keeps the old habit, just as it was, where you end up smoking. But this one, you start looking at the possibilities of what would happen if I made that subtle different choice. I feel anxiety. Oh, so I'm going to breathe deeply. Oh, smoking has that in common with relaxation. But I'm going to keep the relaxation part by breathing deeply and let go of the inhaling nicotine part. So just that tiny little wedge is super useful, because relaxation is, it's your birthright. We all deserve to relax as many times a day as you need to show up however you want. You get to determine. You're autonomous in this world. You have free will. So you get to choose, like, okay, I'm going into battle, and now I'm recovering. I'm going back in, I'm doing the thing I got to do, and now I'm taking a break. So you get to keep that part of it and pull it up into consciousness, and then you'll create a new pattern from that, and your subconscious and your conscious mind will negotiate that new pattern. And so over time, what you find, we do enough of these, and you're up here and the old path is down there, and you can look at it and go, wow, I'm going to bless that version of me that was on that path, but now I'm on a much better path, much more in line with my purpose, etc. Whatever it is for the person. Everybody's different. I find that out with them. So that maybe in a nutshell.
That sounds so interesting.
Yeah. Well, everybody's fascinating. And I love that about it. It's like you find what makes the person come alive, like the way you're glowing now, and you tap into that. And, you know, by the time we're into the session, they're glowing and I'm glowing, everybody's glowing. It feels good. That's the preferred state. And so it goes from being like, wow, I feel good in the session to, oh, I can carry this out the door. I can brush my teeth with this energy 17 Tuesdays from now in the future. I can carry this energy more and more. And, you know, so part of my working with folks is going, what would be in the way of you being this you in your fullness tomorrow in 6 weeks? You know, I might do that consciously, and then subconsciously just have them close their eyes and feel themselves with this energy next Wednesday at the grocery store, with the interaction that has little consequence with that person, where they just exchange a smile or a pleasantry, and how good that feels to do something of small consequence that then becomes everything. So, you know, just that.
What I really like about this, it's not, you're not just helping a person to quit smoking, put that habit behind. You're actually teaching them to live in a new, more conscious way.
Oh yeah.
So they can apply these new skills to whatever situation occur, whatever stressful or scary or traumatic moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like honor the choice that was made by the person, both to smoke and to stop. And who are they in their fullness? We need to go into, you know, a lot of folks want the granular detail, but what do I do next? What do I do with this craving? Then we work on breaking the craving. And Scott Lawrence talks about it this way. He's like, what is it? There's the physiological component where the nicotine is in your body for maybe 2 days. There's the psychological component, which is I'm smoking because, you know, I'm generalizing this, but maybe there's something I don't want to face. Okay, so maybe there's a psychological component to it. And then the third is just the habit part. It's just what I do. I pick up a cup of coffee, I light the cigarette. So those things are anchored to one another. So we go in and snip the cords between and scramble back and forth in any order. Kind of doesn't matter. The nice thing about hypnosis is you can do it backwards and it still works. So, you know, it's feedback from the client. Which of those things, the habit, the psychology, or the craving, is most strong now? John Cleesaddle, do you know John at all? Great hypnotist. He has a wonderful little program. His approach is, for hypnotists out there, he has a parts approach that is wonderful if you're ever interested in a good parts approach. But I would say to folks that are stopping smoking, often a part of them wants to stop and a part of them wants to keep going. So we'll work with, you know, we honor all the parts of the person that shows up, and we have a conversation. And it's great. It's like, okay, you know, a lot of ways that can go
Yeah,
without getting.
in a way, I do that too.
Yeah.
Like very simple. Just I tell them, okay, bring your focus inside, find the part of you that's still, and that's after I've done already other work for quitting
Mhm.
smoking. So then we do like control shot. So bring your focus inside, find the part of you that still may want that cigarette, still may
Yeah.
want smoking or a nicotine or whatever you believe.
Hmm.
So they are to find it and release it. We do it through the breath. Now look
Yes.
at it. Does it even look like you? Possibly it never belonged to you. Possibly it came from outside for whatever
Yeah.
reason. It did some work for you. Maybe it comforted you in a stressful time. Maybe it protected you. Maybe it provided something else. But now you're much more mature, you're stronger, you're more intelligent, you have all of these
Totally.
different resources, so you can part your ways. And
Yeah.
doesn't have to be bad breakup. Think
Yeah.
it.
Or you can give it a new job,
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
it's so it's a great approach.
Tell us where people that want to quit smoking find you. I know
Oh
you're
yeah.
located in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, I'm here in beautiful Cascadia in the Pacific Northwest. Come and visit. It's wonderful. So I see clients here, and I also see folks online. So you can go to my website, which is flowhypno.com. So flowhypno.com, and you can book through there. Typically, I see, like for smoking, it's typically 2 sessions. Everybody's a little different, but it's pretty fast. So yeah, nice to chat with you today, Guzalia.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.